and that means I like to have sex with girls. I'm a man who likes to have sex with women. Sometimes, heaven forbid, I like to have sex with more than one woman at a time. Sometimes there's two, sometimes there's three. And when I say that to people, I'm a man who likes to have sex with lots and lots of different women, people will get offended instantly.
I doubt that. I don't really care, Tate. I think your personality's embarrassing, and the fact that you feel the need... Here's the difference. If you want to go out and, like, sleep with people, and that's something that you can achieve consensually with enthusiastic partners, I'm happy for you. But if half of your personality is, guess how many women I bang, bro, I'm gonna be concerned for you, right? It just comes off as incredibly insecure. Like, someone who's secure in who they are and their lifestyle doesn't constantly feel the need to be like, guess what, bro? I sleep with tons of women. Like, it's fine. That's fine. Who cares? Do you. As long as all your partners are consensual, which I doubt they were based on how Tate behaves. But nonetheless, an imaginary person who's like Tate but not an absolute evil person. Like, great. Do you. Who cares? Daddy Sume, Tate, the most homoerotic douchebag misogynist who protests far too much.
I'm a sexist. I hate women. I'm a misogynist. I'm a bad...
Well, Tate, the reason they say that is not because you sleep with a lot of women. Like, there are plenty of people, I'm sure, who sleep with multiple women, or multiple men for that matter, who aren't sexist, right? You're sexist because of the other things you say about women, because you've actively talked about hitting women who disagree with you, because you have actively talked about how you think women are stupider than men. You've talked about, like, how you think women and their job is to just, like, suck your dick and do what you say, and that's it. That's what makes you a sexist, not just sleeping with a bunch of women. Tate 100% paid hookers to have a 3-foursome. He definitely didn't get that on force of personality alone. I don't know. Tate goes up to a club in like a Lamborghini or something. I can see him. I think saying prostitution is going too far, right? Like, I can see him getting a VIP room at a club, getting bottle service, and then, like, with that influence of his money, getting some people who are attracted to that kind of thing to come and want to sleep with him. I'd believe that. That's not necessarily prostitution, though. In fact, I respect prostitution a lot more than that, but that's just a personal preference.
Bad person because I'm a man who likes to have sex with women. Since when does that make me a bad person? Since the dawn...
He still has a charisma modifier of -3. True.
Of human time.
I think you're being generous. Wait, actually, how would you get a -3 charisma modifier? It goes by, like... Oh, no, you're right. It'd have to be... Let's see. He'd have to be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Ooh, he'd have to have a 4 charisma. That would suck.
The only reason humans went from a small tribe of a couple thousand to populating the planet with billions is because people fucked. The reason you are watching this video right now...
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Oh, I know you weren't being negative on prostitution. I was just saying, like, I respect that more so than, like, if you're like, ooh, look at that guy over there. Yeah, I shouldn't even say that. People are allowed to do whatever they want. I just find it a little vapid to be like, ooh, that guy has bottle service. I'm gonna go over there and hang out with him so I can get alcohol and sleep with him. I don't know. People can do what they want as long as they're consenting. I don't care. I shouldn't be judgmental on that.
Point in the history. A man fucked a woman.
MMO addicted with 10 bits. I mean, literally animals have higher charisma than Tate, so...
The reason I'm here, that's the reason you're here, that's the reason YouTube exists, and all these cities and all these things around the world exist because people fuck, a man and a woman. So since when is it a bad thing? So I say this and say, there's nothing wrong with men having sex with women, this is the reason we exist. Then they say, yeah, but you want to have sex with lots of women. So, why shouldn't I? Show me another point in history when men didn't have sex with lots of women. Show me a point in history when men did not have sex with multiple women. Women being promiscuous is a completely different issue. I've discussed it.
And this is the problem, Tate. You're not being equitable with your wanting people to be able to sleep with others, right? Like, if you want men to sleep with tons of women, but women aren't supposed to sleep with tons of men, where are all these women coming from, Tate? Like, what? That doesn't even make sense logistically. Daddy Sume says, well, yes, most cute animals have charisma of 20 or something. Have you seen baby animals? Have you seen puppies, kittens?
In a lot of my videos, it's a completely different issue because women can get...
Hold on, I gotta tweet at Jake. Or... Sorry, dead air.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
MMO addicted with 10 bits. I mean, a swarm of spiders has higher charisma than Tate. Why are you mentioning puppies and kittens? Is Jake streaming tonight? I don't know. I haven't saw him on Twitter. I just realized because, again, we did the D&D session last night, which was really good. And I just got a spell that lets me turn the Hartnell alive, basically. And I just realized that I'm already carrying a really, really expensive gem. Like, you need a diamond worth 10,000 gold. And I'm pretty sure the one I have would do it. So hopefully next session I'll be able to bring the Hartnell to life. That'd be cool.
Get pregnant.
That only makes sense if you watch the D&D stream. I know that's just nonsense.
Birth control's a modern invention, so from evolutionary...
Wind Chanter with a bit. Why do I feel like in 5 or 10 years we will have heard about Tate being arrested or going bankrupt? Yeah, I'd believe it.
Perspective, women never did that because paternity was a huge issue. But men, we've always had sex with lots of women. We're designed biologically to run around and have sex with lots of women. If I find different women attractive, I'm allowed to have sex with different women if I so choose. And if I choose to have a relationship and my girlfriend's okay with what I do, she is within her rights to say, well, I know he loves me and I know he fucks hoes and I don't really care. That's one.
I also agree with that. If you have an open relationship, that's your business. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care what consenting adults do. Plenty of people have open relationships, and if it works for them, that's awesome. However, my problem is when Tate is hypocritical, and he's like, I'm okay with open relationships when the man's fucking around, but if it's a woman, that's a whole different story, and that's just messed up. Like, you can't have, like, I want these rights, but other people who are different than me having the same rights, I can't handle that.
Once again, her decision.
Is the D&D stream gay? It's very gay. Actually, it's less gay than it used to be. My character, who is like a Doctor Who type character, changes form and has a boyfriend. The character used to be male, but is now female because of regeneration. So a little less gay. But there's still gay that happens. Krista Willow with 10 bits. The only reason I care about Tate's sex life is because the idea of him being around children scares the crap out of me. Yeah.
Why is me having sex with lots of women offensive? Why does that make me a dangerous person? Why am I some sexist, misogynist bad guy? Whereas if I'm a gay guy and I say, I'm gay, I want to fuck loads of dudes. I want to act overtly gay all the time. I want to make gay jokes to every straight man I see. I want to be I want to fuck dudes constantly. I want them to fuck me. I want to fuck them. I want to suck dick. I want to be gay. That is worth a month of celebration. They get to close down roads and march and celebrate about it. They don't produce.
I'm not here to say anything, chat. I'm just here to hang out with my girlfriend.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Time to clip him saying he's gay out of context. I thought about saying that, but low blow. Oh, Baja getting ready to blast in the background.
They don't replicate. They don't populate the...
Oh, God. Of course, here's Tate with the homophobia. Tate, the reason pride parades exist is entirely because... What? Oh, hold on. Tate, the reason pride parades exist is because historically, pretty much everywhere, though not everywhere necessarily and all throughout time, but like in America, let's say we're talking about, or even England, being gay is something that could get you persecuted, right? Your relationships were not considered okay by society. Therefore, over time, with the help of the gay rights movement and a bunch of people getting together and saying, like, hey, we demand rights, our relationships are just as valid. And that's what gay pride parades are about saying, like, hey, we're here and we're proud, despite the fact that a lot of people in society don't want us to be. That's what a gay pride parade is about. Straight pride parades are really, really stupid because no one's telling straight people they can't be straight, right? No one in history has been like, you know who we need to persecute? The straights. Because most people are straight, so of course they haven't. Like, that's the difference, Tate. You absolute numbskull. I cannot believe you've actually parroted this ridiculous nonsense.
Planet. They don't create loving.
Oh, wow, this got really, really quiet. That's weird.
Families. They don't do anything of merit besides jizz on each other.
Why can I not hear now? That's weird.
Try switching them.
Oh, I might not have had it plugged in enough.
Which is fine. It's
no, it's still really, really quiet.
I don't find it offensive. I just don't understand why their absolutely pointless sex, which leads to nothing, is encouraged by society and is worth a month of pride. Whereas my sex...
I can't do this because I can't hear.
Do you want to switch headphones with
Sure.
me?
I don't find it offensive.
Oh, yeah,
I just don't
much better.
understand. And if I choose to have a relationship celebration,
This is much better.
they get to close down roads and march and celebrate about it.
Yeah, I think they're breaking. I gotta get new ones.
They don't produce. They don't replicate. They don't populate the planet.
Again, judging people by their ability to procreate. Fucked up.
They don't create loving families. They don't do anything.
That's completely... Have you ever seen Neil Patrick Harris and his family? Mm-hmm. Come on. Saying that same-sex couples can't have, like, loving families is absurd.
Of merit besides jizz on each other, which is fine. It's their prerogative.
Jesus.
I don't find it offensive. I just don't understand why their absolutely pointless sex, which leads to nothing, is encouraged by society and is worth a month of pride. Whereas my sex, which can lead to a loving family and populating the planet, and is the only reason anyone's ever existed ever, is somehow frowned upon and seen as...
No one frowns upon you being straight, Tate. No one cares. They care about how, like, in this case, they care about how homophobic you are and how sexist you are, but they certainly don't care about you just sleeping with women. Who cares?
It's bad. In fact, if I sit and say to people, I want to fuck as many girls, I like fucking beautiful women, and I have sex with lots and lots of beautiful women, people find that offensive. Whereas, in fact, there's many industries and many professions where I can lose my job.
MMO addicted with 10 bits. I sincerely doubt his family would be happy. No kidding. If Tate ever settles down and has a family, it's going to be the worst. He's clearly abusive. And I don't mean that, like, I don't even have to say that's speculative. Tate has literally talked about in videos how he hits women. Like, it's just not cool.
Lots of politicians said, yeah, I'm a politician, I'm a good politician, and I love my country, but I like to have sex with more than one woman at a time. I like to have sex with multiple women. I would lose my job. I would no longer be seen as fit for purpose. Because I like to have extra...
I mean, if you're in a professional setting and all you're doing is walking around and telling people like, hey, Bob, did you get those reports? By the way, I get laid constantly. Yeah, you're probably going to have an issue because it's really weird to be going around a professional environment and talking about your sexual conquests. That's weird. So yeah, you might face problems, but that would be a problem that you would face whether they're straight or gay relationships. I would probably argue you're going to have more of an issue if you do that and go around and talk about it if you're gay, because that makes some straight people uncomfortable. It makes everyone uncomfortable when you talk about your, like, sexual conquests, but, like, especially in the case if it's, like, a gay person talking to a straight person, they're gonna get a little more upset. Like, what are you talking about, Tate?
Sexual sex. Whereas if I were to say, you know, I'm a man, but I want to become a girl, I want to
Oh, no.
chop my dick off to take hormone blockers and put
That's
a wig
not what
on.
happens.
No, they don't actually chop the dick off, Tate. They actually invert it and turn it into a neo-vagina.
If anybody's not squeamish and really likes, like, medical stuff, you can see, like, them doing the actual surgery on YouTube and stuff as, like, educational. I think it's pretty fucking cool.
Change my name to Susie, that would somehow be...
Tate, if you wanted to transition and that made you happy, I would support you and your transition. I think you're a dick, but that wouldn't change the fact that I'd support you.
encouraged. I'd like to do a thought experiment where I walk around and tell people in conversation that I like to have sex
There's
with
nothing
lots and
funny
lots
about
of
the
women.
tools of
I estimate I have sex with 100 women a year, probably around that. They're all 9s and 10s.
How many times has Tate gotten the clap? That's what I want to know. Ask Compu with a bit. To people like this guy, vagina is just a lack of dick, and having a dick is all that matters to him. Seems like it.
I ain't fucking with no basic assholes. So I like to have sex with lots and lots of women and see their reactions to me, as opposed to saying I'm a transgender and see their reactions to me.
Because one is about like, hey, this is my identity, and the other is, hey, you want to know some stuff that's really about my sex life that you don't want to know? There's not really a comparison between the two. Like, it wouldn't matter if you were, like, straight or gay. If you just go up to everyone and your immediate response to them, like when you're introducing yourself, is like, hello, I'm Tate. I sleep with 100 people a year, whether you're saying women or men. Like, people are going to be like, that's weird. It's weird that that's your identity, Tate. I think that's the issue. The reason you're comparing someone who's trans to you talking about how much you sleep with women is because you've made that your entire identity, and that's really unhealthy. Like, Tate, what are you going to do when you get older? And especially with how you spend money, you're not going to have money. Your looks aren't going to hold up, probably. What are you going to do when that's not your life, right? You need to be a human being beyond your sexual conquests.
Isn't it crazy we live in a society where I am just as likely, if not more likely, to be frowned upon for heterosexual sex than if I decided to chop my dick off and become a girl? Which
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong.
one of those actions
He's like, oh, never mind.
is truly perverse? You tell me. Think about it. What?
Nothing funny
Neither
about the
is
tools of
perverse,
capitalism.
Tate. Neither is. If you want to go sleep with a bunch of women, go for it. Why are you comparing it to someone being transgender?
He's comparing him sleeping with a bunch of women to being trans.
Yes.
Oh, he's a fucking dick.
Ask Compu with a bit. When that's not his life, he's going to blame it on lesbians taking women away. Oh, God. You know what, man? I hope this streaming thing keeps going and the channel keeps growing, because I really want to see, over time, as we do these channels, like we've already seen, I mentioned earlier, One Angry Gamer, his website appears to be going right down the tubes. Did you see me talking about this earlier? Mm-hmm. For those of you who missed it, we've covered One Angry Gamer. He hasn't posted any normal article since August 28th, which is a long time for him, and the articles he has posted are straight up just like ads. They're ads for some awful third-party software site. Like, and his ads that used to be like the weird anime like titty stuff is gone. So hopefully the first one of the regulars on Chud Watch to bite the dust appears like it's gonna be One Angry Gamer, which is great.
We should just have a checklist to, like, that we cross off when they get their channels deleted or whatever.
Tate's gonna burn out one way or another, whether it's like he ODs on cocaine, or he gets in a car crash that's its own fault because he's talked about speeding, or if he gets locked up for like spousal abuse because he's talked about hitting women. Either way, this dude's going down at some point. Like, this is not a healthy individual.
The tools of capitalism.
What happened to One Angry Gamer? I just went over it. I'm hoping that there's just a lag in the chat because I just explained it. Either way, we should. I'm excited over the next 5 to 10 years to see what happens to the various regulars on Chud Watch.
What's more
There's
perverse?
nothing funny about the tools
You
of
just
capitalism.
returned. One Angry Gamer, the ads are off his site, and it appears he's doing nothing but, like, paid content, and it's really, really desperate and bad.
Sexual sex, which creates
I have a feeling Tate doesn't believe the female orgasm is a thing.
100%.
to life, or me chopping my dick off and pretending I'm a girl. And I'm going to use the word pretending because no matter how many times I chop my dick off and how great my wig is, I'm still a man. I was born a man and I'm a man.
Yeah,
Think
we
about
know
it.
you're transphobic.
This is always my argument when I say to people, yeah, I have sex with lots of women, and they always give me some kind of weird answer, and I say, if I was gay, would you talk to me that way? Basically, we live in a world where all forms of perversion are encouraged and celebrated with months of pride. You must be proud of nearly all forms of perversion, which lead
so
to seriously,
trash.
genuinely,
He's
nothing
definitely trash.
reproductive and good for the planet. But heterosexual sex is frowned upon. That's how fucked up the world is.
Wow, Tate's transphobic. What a shock!
This surprises me greatly.